G'day, welcome to part 2 of working on a Kawasaki KLR650. This would be a generation 2. In the previous video, we've drained the oil, replaced the oil filter, and I've showed you a few things that I have to work with. This video might be substantially longer. I intend to make it a longer video, where we want to look at things like replacing the air filter, replacing the spark plug, working on the chain, and a few other things. So without any further ado, let's get right back out to the bike. Get on it. Okay, guys, as we said, we're going to do a few things today. Starting with oiling this clutch cable that I've just taken out of the lever. By using this. This is a cable lubrication device. So what I want to do is I just want to adjust the cable on the other side of the bike, and then once we're done there, we'll quickly come back to the side and we'll lubricate the cable. So I have released all the tension on this thing now, as you just saw, so that I can have as much cable here as possible. I'll show you just now. All right, that we can have as much cable right here so that I can install the cable luber. So you see it has a big hole on the side. Let me stand here. Maybe you'll be able to see it. Yes, it has a big hole in the side where the cable goes in, and a small hole on the side. So what you're going to do, so release all the tension on this one. You can see it can open up. So put the cable this side where the hole is, the big hole there. Okay. Now we're going to close up this. So the idea is here to make a seal this side and this side, and you spray your lubricant in here, such as WD-40 or Q20 or whatever, and it will spray the lubrication into the cable itself. All right, so let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Q20 here. You can see it's coming out this side. Because this clutch felt horrible, guys. That is a insane difference. Absolutely insane. Look at how easy this scale is. That's my pinky. So let's see what happens if I spray it now. I've taken the cable completely out of the clutch housing on the other side. I just want to make sure that I can get this oil down the pipe. But okay, I think for now, don't worry about the oil. I still have to clean this bike. I'm going to have to wash this bike at least another 3 times to get this bike looking like something that you want to ride. Okay, so what's going to happen now? I'm going to reinstall the cable on the other side, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, let's adjust it here until it's tight. I don't want any play. Right, that's perfect. No, I'm teasing you, it's not perfect. There has to be play on the clutch cable. Has to be play. That's a bit too much. That's perfect. What an unbelievable difference. Apart from the fact that the cable feels better when you need to clutch, that handguard was so bent that it pressed against the lever. So you could not pull the lever. So I had to first loosen the lever and shove it this way so that I can move the clutch to get to my place. Yeah, that's how bad it was. But I have to tell you, it feels a lot better. The play is a little bit too much for me still. That's sharp. That's 100%. For me, that's perfect. That's about 5 to 6 mil. I cannot believe the difference in this clutch. All right, next up. Right, so now we have lubricated the clutch cable. Next up is removal and replacement of the spark plug. Now, guys, on the internet, there's numerous people that say that you can do this little jobby without removing the tank and the fairing. Now, let me tell you one thing. There is no way on earth that you are going to remove this spark plug if your hands are bigger than a 10-year-old's. That I can promise you hands down. I have previously removed the spark plug cap to get the oil pressure up when we did the oil, and I could barely fit my hands in there just to get that done. And that's an easy maneuver. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to remove the black parts of the fairings, and I have to remove the tank. I want to get in there to clean it up in any way. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to vacuum out the spark plug where the spark plug sits. Then I'm going to replace the spark plug. And then before everything goes back, I'm going to clean the entire area. So it's a few screws, and then it's the pipes on the fuel petcock, and then everything comes off. So let's get cracking with that. I have a few tools here with me. So we'll see what we will use and what we will not use. I just want to see the size of that. Is it going to require this big one? Yes, it is. And now before I put this, okay, now before I put all these screws down and things goes missing, I have a little container that I usually use when I'm busy with projects. So let's see. Okay, that's an 8, I believe. No, that is a 10. Okay, so let's remove this one on top here. I believe there's a spacer in here. I cannot remember removing a spacer out of this motorcycle the previous time I worked on it. So I don't think there's a spacer in here. And no, there is not. Because I would have remembered the spacer in there. Okay, so there's supposed to be a spacer there, but yeah, okay, there isn't. No use crying about it. Let's carry on. This one is the big one, yeah. Be careful not to scratch any of these black painted plastics. Okay, there you go. There's another screw hidden inside here somewhere. We'll find that one now. Just get the 10. There you go. It's off. I'll have a look at that and make sure that I replace the screw missing from the other side when we reinstall these fairings. I see that left hand fairing does have a few bruises and marks on it. So I'll definitely have to repair that, or at least polish it. Okay, so now I have to get in here at the bottom and remove some fuel pipes. Okay, I brought along a few pliers because as I said previously on my channel, I was involved in a car accident in April, and jumping up and down to go and get tools is not my favorite pastime. Really, I have to say, me and my brother are both blessed to be able to still do these type of things. However, we are taking it slow because let me tell you, your back hurts very quickly if you don't take it slow enough. Going to put this one here. Just sure. All right, there you go. This one is a return line. There you go. Okay. So we are left now with two nuts on top that holds the tank in, and then it's out she comes. So let's go back up. Here's the 10 T wrench. I love these things. They are very useful. Into the bucket it goes. Into the bucket it goes. Okay, take this away. Yo, this tank is heavy. That tank is pretty full and it's heavy. I want to show you what I want to do here. I want to clean everything, but before we do that, the spark plug is in there. Okay, let me take this thing out. Here's the spark plug. So you require a special tool with very thin sidewalls in order to get that plug out. That plug is an 18 millimeter. It's an off size, and there's no space, as you can see. So let me see. I cannot remember. Let me find this bike's toolkit and see if it still has that tool in the toolkit. And then, as you can see, how dirty this bike is. All of this needs to be cleaned. Let's quickly have a look at this. Found the toolkit. Yes, this is original to this bike. There's a few things. There's a spark plug. On. There's a few things in here. Yes, I think it's in here. I think it's in here. There's a lever. There's an extension of some sort. Here it is. Yes, it's here. So I can actually use it. Great. Because let me tell you, if you do not have this tool, you are going to suffer to get this plug out. Also, look at this. This tool is to adjust the spokes with. How awesome is that? Nice. All right, so I'll have to get in here, but before we do anything, I want to vacuum it out there. Alright, so here's the spark plug removal tool. So what you do is you put it in there, then you use this spanner in order to remove it. But that's a bit tight, so what I'll usually do is I'll put an extension on the spanner, and I'll show you what the plug looks like when it comes out. That doesn't look bad at all. Just a slight amount of oil on it though, but doesn't look that bad at all. Okay, so let me grab the new plug. So here's the new plug, and that's the part number. Alright, so what you do is you take the plug, brand new plug. I want to check the gap first. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab your feeler gauge. Now this feeler gauge, and yes, I know it looks old. It is old. It's older than me. So this used to be my grandfather's. So this is 0.8. You know what? I'm not even going to show you because it's so far that you can't even see it. But it's 0.8. Put it in. This spark plug is exactly 0.8. You can see there. It's exactly 0.8. So that's perfect. So what we're going to do is, this tool does have a rubber insert in there. So when you insert the spark plug there, it doesn't fall out, which helps tremendously. I just want to see on the old plug. Okay, the old plug, these plugs do not require that little bobbin on there. Just for reference, put it in. Make absolutely sure, and I mean absolutely sure, that you do not cross thread that spark plug while going in. If you cross thread that thing, you are going to have to put an insert in it, and it's, trust me, it's, you're going to remove the engine to do that. It's not something that you want to do. So do not do that. And then take your tool. Let me put you closer so that you can see. Okay, the tool is on the plug. Okay, I am pretty sure that I have contact at the bottom. So, which means the spark plug is sitting right on top of the cylinder head at this stage. So, let me show you here. A spark plug comes out of the box with this little gasket on here, okay? And it's not flat. So what you want to do is, I have now inserted it to there. So what you want to do is, give it a 1/4 to a 3/4 turn in order for this washer here to squeeze, and when it squeezes, it seals. Look how nicely the spark plug was sealed here. There is no blow by from the cylinder. So give it a 1/4 to a 3/4 turn. Make sure that this washer is sealed, and then you're ready to go. You don't need any more force than that. Okay, so it's a little bit difficult to get in here. That's a 1/4, almost a 1/4. Just want to make sure here I'll get in here properly. That is perfect. You know what? Let me just feel a bit. That's perfect. No more than that. And I'm sure that's not even, maybe 10 newtons. Not even that. Okay. Before I put this thing back in, take my dirty rag Wipe this off. Make sure everything looks good there inside. Yeah, the rubber is not broken. Make sure, put it over. Make sure that you hear that sound, that sound when you push it in. That's it. Now, I have vacuumed it out. I have replaced the spark plug. I have cleaned the spark plug cap. And by the way, I'll show you now. I previously stated that I think this bike was blue, and I've just seen on the inside of the tank that the tank is still blue on the inside. So yes, the bike was blue previously. Okay, right. So now I need to put away all this original tools, but I'll do that. I'll put it all back into its original case and put that back into the tool kit of the bike. The bike doesn't only have a toolkit, it also has a little space where it goes. I'll show you later on when we reassemble. Right, next. Okay, next up, that air filter. So I had a go with it in the washing machine again. It doesn't really get cleaner than what it is, but I think it's fine. I really honestly do. I'm going to give it some air filter oil right now. I hope this oil is enough because I'm severely running out of oil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to massage it into the filter. I have finished with the filter oil. So what I just want to highlight here is, guys, when you do an air filter, I just washed my hands now. Look at this. Always clean the air filter first, especially if it's a filter of this kind that you oil first, because remember that whole cavity is now full of old oil, so it's dirty inside. Also, what you are supposed to do with a filter of this nature is you need to apply grease onto the filter so it sits here and the grease ensures a tight seal. But I am not going to do that on this filter, and the reason therefore is when I removed the filter out of this bike, you could clearly see that it is seated properly and it really does seal well. So I don't see any need for me to go as far as to put grease in there, to be quite honest with you. So I am not going to install grease there. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Put the filter in there. Alright, so it seats properly, it seals properly, so I'm happy with that. Ah, that's it. I think it's time for a proper wash. Alrighty, I washed it properly, well, me and my son. As you can see, it looks a bazillion times better than it did. Okay, yes, it will look worse than it does now when it dries out, but it still looks 100% better than it did previously. So, and we'll still go through it again. I think it looks a lot better. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to let it stand for a while, and then I'm going to spray it with suds and then really scrub it and then rinse it off again. Okay, I still need to clean those, but as you can see, there's a very, very big difference between what it was just a little while ago. I cleaned the underside of the engine also. I still need to oil all the linkages there. There's that. I removed the chain cover and the chain guide. He's busy washing them for me. So we cleaned it quickly with kerosene, and we're now washing them. There's the tank, and as you can see, as indicated previously, it used to be blue. Okay, so what I've done here, I've replaced the handguard. I put it back on. I put the new screw in there, countersunk one, new on that side also. Readjusted the clutch so that it works. It looks a hell of a lot better than it did. If you can just have a look at this. So I think we're going to clean those things and then call it a day, because I still need to clean the chain and service the chain before I can reinstall those. I'm going to just quickly wipe off the tank. I already washed it on the underside of the tank. So I'm going to put the tank back on, and then tomorrow we'll get cracking with the rest. You can see I have a few brushes and a bucket there, a few little buckets there. Fresh kerosene and used kerosene. The used kerosene works perfectly well, guys. Don't make a mistake of throwing away the old kerosene. If you use it for cleaning things, you can reuse it. I have coffee and I have a little chair, so let's get on working on this very dirty bike. So as you can see, I have two gloves with me. You know, I, I, I struggled so much to get my hands clean, usually after doing this job. So I don't feel like struggling that much again to get my hands clean. So let me do this. That might help. Okay. I want to take off the front sprocket cover, because when you do this job, when you do this job, you do it properly. Take off these covers. Note, I have removed the chain cover and the chain guide, and I have already cleaned them properly. And trust me on this, guys, if those things are baked in chain wax or chain lubrication, it's quite a faff to get them clean without kerosene. So just get kerosene or similar before you even try to attempt this job. And this is what I'm talking about. If you do not have kerosene, you're going to struggle to get that stuff off. So every time I clean a chain, I take off all the covers and I clean everywhere around the chain, so that it's not only the chain that gets cleaned, it's everything that has anything to do with the chain that gets cleaned. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this little container and fill it up with kerosene. Used kerosene. I've already used this kerosene for another chain that I cleaned recently. So that's why you see it's only a little, there's only a little of it left. Take a little brush like this. It doesn't have to be a very expensive thing. This will really help to dissolve all this stuck on grease. Because what I usually do here is I get a roll of toilet paper just to catch all this runoff. Do not clean in here where the bearing is, because this will dissolve the grease inside the bearing cavity. This is just to wipe it clean. We are going to do it again with a rag, because this breaks up. But this is just to take the most of it off, the leftover kerosene off. Take a plastic bag like this, put all your towels in there. You can also use a toothbrush. That you can also do. See all this dirt coming out of here, no? Right. Now we need to get in there. Alright, now this is a chain brush. Okay? Keep your eye on the link if it's here when you move it forward. Don't go too far forward, because then you won't be able to get in with the brush. So we do the outside of it like this. See? When we're done, we're going to do the inside of it as well. you can already see what an enormous difference there is on this chain. You see, here's a little bit of a dry link. And remember, I told you this is a brand new chain. Well, it was a brand new chain when the bike was last with me. I installed this chain. So that doesn't make me too happy to see that there's already a dry link, because that means well, you can clearly see it, but that just confirms that the chain has not been maintained. What we want to do now is grab a rag, wipe down the entire chain. Look at how dirty it is here again. Yeah. See, all this came out of the chain. So what we need to do now is we need to dry the chain, then clean this up again. I think I'm going to start with this sprocket to get all this filth off here. Okay, so we're done with the brakes. I've done front, and we've done the rear one as well, because I've noticed a leak on one of these crush washers, one of these ones up here. So that one has been rebled. That works great. This one has been done. Feels good. All right, so as you can see, the bike looks a heap better than it did. Okay, so I'm going to spray it down with a degreaser now, and then I want to quickly just get in there everywhere where I've cleaned with paraffin or kerosene, and get everything clean there, and then I'm gonna park it. Okay, so geez, this day really flew fast. I just want to quickly cover this whole bike with degreaser, because I have like 10 minutes left of sunshine or light. Let's put it that way. Then the light is going to disappear vividly quick. So I just want to get in here quickly, scrub a little bit of this off. Okay guys, I'm going to rinse it off and leave it to dry overnight, so tomorrow I can lubricate that chain. Okay, so you'll see there the chain is lubricated exactly where it's supposed to be lubricated. And this is chain wax, so yes, it drips now, but it's going to dry and then it's going to be fine. So that's it. Chain is lubricated. Well, it dried off over the night. As you can see, it looks great. It's clean. Now it's lubricated. Now we can put everything back onto it. That's it. That's how it should be. Guys, that's it for part 2 of working on a Kawasaki KLR650. Thanks a lot for watching. Just as a recap, in this video, we have dealt with a sticky clutch lever where we lubricated the clutch cable itself. We've replaced the spark plug. We have oiled and replaced the air filter. We have cleaned the engine and surrounding areas properly. We have removed everything around the chain. We have cleaned the whole area, including the chain properly, and we have also lubricated the chain. We have also bled the front brake. The rear brake was already done when we installed the new rear hydraulic pipe. So that is what we've done in this episode. It was quite a lengthy episode. Join us in part 3, where we will be getting the bike back together and getting it ready to go back to its owner. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. We really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing and liking the video if you like this type of content. And until the next one, stay safe, ride safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.